students, today I'll be explain you about how to write the test. Okay, this time periodic test. What was the question paper pattern? So this time we are conducting the test in 25 marks. Okay, and in the question paper you can see 4 sections: section A, section B, section C, and section D. Okay, in section A there is 3 parts: multiple choice questions, fill in the blanks, and very short answers. So there are 9 questions. Each question carries 1 mark. So 1 mark, 9 questions, total 9 marks. Then in section B we are giving the short answers. Short answer questions, you have to answer in 2 or 3 sentences, maximum 3 sentences. So 2 mark questions, if they ask 2 points, write only 2 points, not more than that. Then we are giving 3 questions, 2 mark, 3 questions, total 6 mark. Then in section C, 3 mark questions will be there. 2 questions, 3 mark, 2 questions, total 6 marks. Then in section D, so in section C you have to answer in 3 sentences. Okay, answer in brief, only 2 or 3 sentences, only that much. Don't write the paragraph answer. Then in section D we are giving the long answer questions. If they ask you to draw any picture diagram, you have to draw using the pencil and then label the parts properly. Then if they ask you to write the if they ask you to explain the experiment and all, you have, if they ask only, you have to explain everything, how the experiment is conducted, and along with the diagram you have to explain the experiments and all. Then answer in detail, you have to write all the points. It carries 4 marks. Okay, answer in detail, section D carries 4 marks. You have to write all the points. See, here we will ask the comparison between 2 things and write the difference between the 2 things. All these questions we will be including. If they ask for 4 marks, you have to write 4 differences. If they ask 4 characteristics, if they ask for 4 mark characteristics and all, you have to write the 4 characteristics and you have to explain that within 1 sentence. So this is how the question paper pattern is. And then when you attempt the question paper, okay, first you have to write your name, class, everything properly. You have to write your name, class, and date. Write in your sheet, and all the answers you have to write in pen properly. Don't write in pencil and don't scribble. When you draw the experiment, when you draw the pictures and all, draw it neatly using the pencil and then label the parts. And experiments and all, neatly you have to draw. If they ask you to explain, only you have to explain. If they ask you to draw the diagram enough. Then if they ask only 3 parts to label in the diagram, only label the 3 parts. Don't go to label all the parts in the picture. Okay, so in the first chapter, matter around us. Okay, I have written few important questions. So you have to learn about the characteristics of matter. Okay, matter have the characteristics we have studied in the chapter. So matters are made up of the particles, and there is there is space, there is interspace between the particles. So these are the characteristics. And what are the characteristics? Particles of matter have free space between them. If they ask for 3 marks, okay, you have to write the 3 characteristics like that. Then particles of matters are continuously moving, that is one character. Then particles of matter attract each other. So these are the characteristics of matter. Then the 3 states of matter, which are they? The 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. and you have to learn the characteristics of each state of matter, characteristics of solids, liquids, and then gas. Then if they ask you to write the difference between these three states of matter, you should able to write the difference between those. You have to make the columns and write the difference between them. Then you should able to define the terms. Okay, few terms are explained in this chapter. So the terms are rigidity, fluidity, compressibility, then kinetic energy, then density, what is boiling point, what is melting point, and what is latent heat of vaporization, then latent heat of fusion, then what is sublimation. All these terms you should able to know. Okay, then there is difference between fluid and fluidity. Fluidity is the characteristics of the matter, and fluid is the state of matter. So okay, so what is fluid? Liquids flow and change shape, so they are not rigid, but can be called fluid because they are not rigid, they can flow. That is why we call them as a fluid. They can flow and the particles are not closely held together, so that is why, and they can change the shape. That is why liquids we call it as a fluid. So fluidity is the property of the matter and fluid is the substance. Got it? Then factors affecting evaporation. Factors affecting evaporation. So what are the factors? It is explained in the chapter. So what are they? Increase of surface area, then increase of the temperature, then the decrease in humidity. So these are the factors affecting the evaporation. If they answer in detail, you should explain all these things. If they ask the points for 2 marks or 3 marks, you should write the side heading, and within one sentence you should explain that. Okay, factors. Then give reason questions they will ask. Okay, learn all the give reason questions. Such as the smell of hot sizzling food reaches you several meters away, but you get the smell from the cold food, you have go close. Okay, you are not able to get the smell of the cold food. Why? Because there is kinetic energy is less. That is why you are not able to get the smell of the food. If they ask for 2 marks, write in 2 sentences. If they ask for 3 marks, write in 3 or 4 sentences. Then you have to explain in as per the marks. Then a diver is able to cut through water in swimming pool. Which property of matter does this observation show? Then what are the characteristics of the particles of matter? Then why we call the wooden material as the solid? Because it have the properties of solid. The intermolecular space between the particles is very less, and it is very rigid, and it have the volume because it have the characteristics of solid. That is why we call it as a solid. So like that you have to explain. Using the characteristics you have to explain. Then a gas fills completely a vessel in which it is kept, because the particles of gas, the gas molecules, the gas particles are able to cover all the area, throughout the area. So they are free to move in all the direction. That is why it is able to cover all the particles, all the area of the vessel. Okay, in each point of the vessel. Then you should able to know how to convert the if they ask convert the temperature to Celsius. Okay, how do you convert temperature to Celsius scale? So they will give the temperature. Consider 480 Kelvin. Okay, the temperature is in Kelvin. You have to convert the temperature into to get Kelvin. So now we are converting degree Kelvin temperature to degree Celsius temperature. So how degree Celsius is equal to K minus, I will transpose this to the left side. K is equal K minus 273. I want the temperature, given temperature in the degree Celsius scale. So I have to subtract 273. K minus 273. Transpose this to the left side. K minus 273. So what is the temperature given? That is 480. 480 minus 273 is equal to how much? 480 minus 2733 is equal to how much? That is 207 degree Celsius. So I converted the temperature in Kelvin to degree Celsius. Then what is the boiling point of water? You know, boiling point of water is 100 degree Celsius. So 100 is the boiling point of water and 0 degree Celsius is the melting point of water. So between that the water is in between 0 degree Celsius to 100 degree Celsius, the water is in which state? It exists in liquid state, and when it reaches 100 degree it will become vapor. It starts becoming vapors, and before 0 degree Celsius it is in solid state. So you should able to recognize the liquid is in which state by looking at the temperature. Okay. Then application level questions are there. Okay, factors affecting evaporation. So what are the applications of evaporation we can see in the daily life? Okay, there are few evaporation. There are few give reason questions in the concept of evaporation. So why do we wear cotton clothes in summer? They have explained. Okay. Then why do we see water droplets on the outer surface of glass containing ice cold water? It is explained. Then some few questions are given in the textbook also. Then you should learn the key points what you have learned. In page number 11 you can see, right? In page number 11 they have given some key points. So you have to learn that. They have explained all the concept, all the terms in detail. Then from that also we will ask the give reason questions such as boiling is a bulk phenomena. Why do we say boiling is a bulk phenomena? Answer is given there only. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th point. Particles from the bulk of the solid change into vapor state. So that is the reason. Then why do we say evaporation is a surface phenomena? Why do we say? We may ask the question for 3 marks. Why do we say evaporation is a surface phenomena? Because they have explained particles from the, you should write these points, particles from the surface gain enough energy to overcome the forces of attraction present in the liquid and change into the vapor state. So you have to write all these 3 points. If they ask for 2 marks, you have to write 2 points. If they ask for 3 marks, you have to write at 3 points. Then if they ask for 4 marks, at least you have to write the 4 marks. Got it? Then what happens? Evaporation causes cooling. Then in biology, okay, here we are learning about the cell and its structure, and there are different parts in the cell. So we should learn in detail all the terms. There are different parts in the cell. We should know that terms and what is the meaning of each terms. So who discovered the cell and how he discovered, then why is the cell called the structural and functional unit of life, then what is plasma membrane or the cell membrane, and what is the difference between the plasma membrane and the nucleus membrane, then what is cell wall, you should able to define the terms. Cell, what is cell, cell wall, then nucleus, then what is mitochondria, what is cytoplasm, cell organelle, endoplasmic reticulum, then Golgi apertures, then lysosomes, then what is plastids, what is mitochondria, and what is vacuoles, all these things. And then you should able to answer these questions. What is the difference between the plant cell and the animal cell, and you should able to draw the pictures, draw the diagrams. See, when you draw the diagrams, if they ask 5 parts, you should mark all the 5 parts. You should label all 5 parts. If they ask only label 2 parts, you should label only 2 parts in the diagram, in the animal cell or in the plant cell. And if they ask you to explain the plant cell, you should write explain. If they ask only to draw the diagram, only draw and label the parts. And if they ask to write the difference, you should write at least 3 or 4 points in each. Then what is the difference between this prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell? And which cell have a single cover? Do you know which is that? Vacuoles. Vacuoles have the single covering. Okay. See, vacuole is a cell which have the single covering. Then why do we call, why our lysosomes are known as suicide bags? Then where are the proteins synthesized in the cell? All these questions you should learn. Draw the diagram if they ask any pictures, mitochondria or this animal cell or the plant cell, and using the pencil you have to draw it neatly and label the parts using the pen. Got it? Then read all the question answer from the textbook and all the key points which is given in page number 66. Okay, from that we will ask the questions, direct or indirect questions we will ask. So refer the textbook, read the textbook, don't go through only the notebook. So this is from chemistry and biology. Thank you, students.